Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've been recording a video, so I thought I'll do a quick recap. Before I get to the recap, just a quick I guess notice. Over the last couple of weeks, I haven't been recording a lot of videos because I've been looking at changing my strategy. I've been developing a new system. I've started looking at other traders which I can learn from and follow and work with. And I've come across two new traders, chat rooms, two new services, and one of them is really key for me. And I think I found the right I think mentor is the right way to put it. I won't go into too much detail, but I'm still testing it out, and I don't want to give a false impression. But if anybody's keen to know, send me an email, drop me an email, and I'll share everything with you. The short gist of it is that I am moving away from low float momentum stocks because they're just too risky for me, as far as I can tell. I mean, yes, we're getting a bit of momentum back into the market, but it's still fairly risky. And even in these two new services, these two new traders that I've been looking at and working with, low flow momentum stocks for them are a very small part of their strategy. I mean, for one of them, it's a big part, but for the one that I'm really keen on, 10-15% of his focus is on low float stocks. The rest of his attention is on higher price stocks and mainly shorting, which is really where I think I want to end up. So I have been with this trader now for 3 days, and I can share with you in terms of it isn't so much about the money, because the money is a result of good work, good preparation, a good system, and being disciplined. So I'm not really going to focus on the money as such for the moment. I'm going to focus on making sure that I follow the rules and the system and just learn and see how they go. So I'm going to be using the DAS platform for a 3-month trial period. So I'm no longer going to be using what you're seeing on screen. Every time I do a daily recap from now on, you won't be seeing my IB Trader workstation software anymore. You'll be seeing my new setup, which is a DAS platform, which I've used before when I was with Short Trader a couple of years back. So that's one big change. So the big change is it's going to be a new platform. So it'll take me a bit of time to get used to it. But DAX is going to be, I think, a lot more. Well, first of all, it's a lot quicker in executions than TWS is. I mean, I'm still going to be using IB, Interactive Brokers, as my broker, but I can link it to DAS. So DAS, in terms of executions, from what I've heard, is a lot quicker than what TWS is. So that's one big change. Second thing is I'm going to be starting to use hotkeys again. I found TWS to be quite clunky in terms of setting up hotkeys. For example, I couldn't find a formula to scale out half a position. I mean, yes, you can put in an absolute number like, sell 100 or sell 500, but I couldn't quite work out, and I was on the phone to them, I've been emailing them, I've been on live chat, and they just can't help me in terms of setting up hotkeys that will say sell half at ask. You can set the bid at ask, you can set the price, but you can't really set the number of shares. As far as I could tell, I struggled with it. So that's one good thing. I mean, I don't really think I'm going to be using hotkeys that much, but I think it's good to know them, especially since that kind of adds a little bit more kind of edge to your trading, and it adds I guess something else to your arsenal, which you don't have to use, but it's there if you want it. I mean, if you see a stock that's dropping sharply and you want to get in and short it, it's quicker than just manually setting up the trade and typing it and then confirming it, even though you can bypass a confirmation on most platforms. So they're the two main differences and the main changes: the platform and the execution of them, and also the hotkeys. Now, the third big change is that I'm going to be a lot more technical based. So as of up until now, I would say I've been largely momentum based, but I haven't been able to really find a good strategy, like a solid strategy, one that I can build from and one that I can depend on and one that I know I can fall back on. I've always been kind of up in the air. I've tried various chat rooms where low flow momentum is the thing to do, but even their entries and their exits is not something I can replicate. Even looking at level 2, sometimes when they take a trade, I can't quite align how it is that they're getting the executions that they're getting. So I've decided that I need to be a lot more technically sound. So I'm also taking classes. I've signed up to classes with this new trader and that will give me, I think, a really good, strong, solid foundation. So, I mean, none of this is new. None of this is secret. I mean, this information is on the web. It's on the internet. It's everywhere you go. But I just think that doing this approach and taking these classes is just going to give me that kind of that extra fundamental logic as to why I would get into a trade, why I would get out of a trade. What's a good approach, what's a bad trade to take. I've learned all of those things pretty much on my own, trial and error. And while that's a really good lesson because it stays with you, I just need a little bit more guidance, and I think this is really going to make a difference. So, in the last couple of weeks, I've been talking to a couple of my, I would call them friends now, traders that have reached out to me on my blog. So, thanks guys, it's been great talking to you, and we're exchanging ideas, we're exchanging trading systems, what we look for. So the plan is that from tomorrow onwards, I think I'm going to have the DAX platform set up tomorrow, I think, or even Thursday. But I'm going to be doing my daily recap every day. It's going to be in a simulator for 3 months. So the purpose of this is just so I can really prove to myself that over the long haul, I can be consistent, and I'm going to have two categories, two goals, I guess you could say. The first one is that I need to have at least a 60% consistency in my winning trades. And the second of all is it isn't about the money, so to speak, but making sure that I take good, solid trades. So I'm going to be focusing on quality A setups. I'm going to be looking at trading less, but I'm going to be looking at holding them a little bit longer. There's a really good trader out there, guys, called Dante Vincent. Highly recommend you find his blog. I will actually post a link to it in the description, in the comments. But check out this guy's blog. I mean, this guy's amazing. He is a really top trader. And just the way he writes his blog, I mean, the way that he's learned, the way that he picks up things, the way that he disseminates information, the way that he shares his information is just outstanding. I mean, he's one of the most transparent guys I've met, and this guy is a real deal. I follow him on Twitter. I think he's actually stopped blogging for the moment because he wants to, as he says, take it to the next level in terms of his trading. So he doesn't want a lot of noise and a lot of things surrounding him. So, but check him out, Dante Vincent. So most of the things I'm saying to you now in terms of less trading, but better setups, quality A setups, holding them longer. They're the things that I think are key. Scalping is okay. I'm nothing wrong with scalping, and I think it's fine. But the thing is, do I really want to be sitting at my laptop or my PC desktop station for 8 hours a day in, day out? I mean, that's not really getting away from the corporate world in terms of having more freedom. So they're the main 3 changes I'm going to be developing. So be patient with me. I'm sure there'll be days when I do a recap and I'll be absolutely pissed off at myself for doing stupid things, but this keeps me accountable. And it's good to share, because sharing means that A, I can pass on some things to someone else who may learn from them. B, I get some good comments and good emails and good feedback, and that also helps me as well. We're on the same journey, guys. I mean, there aren't any secrets here. We all want to be successful, but for me, the most important thing that I've really kind of burrowed into my head in the last couple of months is that it's not about the money. The money is a byproduct of a good system and consistency, and that for me has been lacking. So that's why I'm really excited, even though once again I can't really yell because my little one's falling asleep next door, so I've got to be a little careful with the noise. But that's why I'm really excited to be kind of taking this step. So 3 months is what I'll be doing in simulation. I will be posting my daily recap. And yeah, come on for the ride. So quick recap for today. So one trade because I had to leave really early. I was literally in the market for like 2 minutes, but luckily enough, I found EGLT. Let me just show you what I got in. So I took 2 trades on it. Actually, I took 1 trade on it, but I averaged down. So I bought my first 1,000 shares here at I think 313 or thereabouts, and then I had another 500 shares here, just under 309, because I was seeing that it was building a decent base here at about 305, 306. And this was just before the market opened. So this was like 10 minutes before the market opened. And I did that because I knew I only had literally 2-3 minutes at the market open before I had to shoot off. Now, normally if this was live money, I probably wouldn't be doing this, but because I'm in simulation mode, I'm happy to kind of experiment and see how things work out. I mean, it's only for my own benefit to try things. Anyway, so I sold in 3 lots. So I had 1,500 shares long. I sold the first 500 here at 326. Then I sold the second 500 pretty much at high of day, which was really good. At 339, I got filled. And then as it was beginning to drop, I sold just above, I think it was 318. So all up, I made just over $200 on that trade. Let me just minimize this again. One sec. So yeah, so all up, excuse me guys, I've moved the wrong screen. So all up, that was it. That was a really good day. $200. My target, I'm still debating whether it should be $100 or $200. I mean, I want to say $200 because that obviously is, that suits my ego and it makes me feel a bit better about myself. And I think I can do it. I think I can do it because even, taking 400, 800 shares, which is what I'm going to be doing, of that more expensive stock, means I'm not really exposing myself to that risk. When you take a low float momentum stock, $2, $3, $4, and you go in 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares. I mean, if that thing goes up by 10 cents, you made $200, $300, $400. But if it drops quickly, which it freaking can, you're down $300, $400, which is pretty crazy. And that's what I want to get away from. These higher price stocks, you can buy them. You can go long, you can go short. 300, 400 shares. You can make decent money on them. Anyway, so that's what I'll be focusing on. So that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. I may not have my DAX platform up yet, but I will certainly be going in this right direction. So I've also decided against doing a challenge in terms of like a 1K or 2.5K challenge, because that really focuses on the money. And that's, like I said, that's not what I'm going to be focusing on for the next 3 months. I want to be focusing on making sure I have a process and plan and system and consistently work at making that work for me, having an edge. The money is a byproduct and it's really just a reward for how well you're doing. And if I focus on the money, that really just takes the focus away from the strategy and how consistent I am in applying it and my discipline. So that's it. It's, for me, it's a massive kind of mind shift. Because it's always been about the money, about showing how successful we are, and not that I flaunt it, but you get some guys on YouTube that do crazy things like bed full of money, strung over place, Lamborghinis, girls in bikinis, all that kind of stuff. But the point is that all of that, if that interests you, that's cool. But all of those rewards, if you want to call them rewards, they may come, they may not come. But the important thing is that I want to be here for the long haul. I don't want to be a trader that started out here and then in 3 months' time I'm off the face of the earth. You never hear from me. You don't know what I'm up to. I've failed. I've quit. I want to be here for the long haul, and I know that will take a mind shift. So very exciting. Very, very happy to be kind of doing this, and I will talk you through when I buy or go short, what the indicators I use. So I will talk through my strategy every day and explain my entries and exits. So, up until now, maybe they haven't been as technical as some of you guys would like. For example, I don't have even the VWAP on TWS, so I can't even show you, why I entered a certain trade short today because it dropped below VWAP, because I don't have that on screen. And I know that, I'm a very visual person. If I can see something, I understand it a lot quicker than if I read it or if I hear it. So that's it from me today, guys. Hopefully you've had a great day trading, and I'll be back tomorrow. It's good to be back.